Hello and welcome everybody to the Join Dota League Season number 3, the American Division 1 between Tengen and Union Gaming. Of course, the Peruvian guys. Most teams know that name. But my name is Coucher and I am joined by Benchy for this cast.
Hey, I'm here coming in from the UK and it's late here. But regardless, we've got some lovely American action coming out as Union Gaming. I think they were a team who were actually invited to the American TI qualifiers.
Yes, they were. I think they got to maybe top 4 there, if I'm not mistaken. I know they did the best out of the South American teams, if I'm not mistaken, at least.
Yep.
So...
On the other hand, I will say that I haven't heard a lot about Tengen. As a squee, I've heard of him before, but apart from that...
Yeah, I have to say I really haven't had any experience with them either. Of course, being from the European time zone, casting mostly Southeast Asian and European Dota, maybe that's one of the reasons for me at least. Although on the chat, we can see actually a few players, a few viewers, saying that Tengen is actually a pretty damn strong team and they're predicting them to actually win. And Union Gaming, I did get to cast them a couple of days back against the House is Down, the Brazilian team. And I thought that Union Gaming is probably just going to win that, but they lost straight out 2-0, so... Maybe Union Gaming a little bit of a rut as it is, but coming to the draft, at least ban-wise at the moment, it's, as always, the same.
Yes, I am so surprised right now. I mean, my shock, you can hear it in my voice. I'm, like, speechless.
Oh man.
Although they are taking some time to get the 4th ban, might be having something interesting here.
I think they're maybe even thinking whether to ban out like a Death Prophet or Doombringer, one of those two. Actually, Brewmaster also a possibility, so they go for the Doombringer, and now Union Gaming, they can, well, actually they pick up a Viper, so Tengen. They can go for like Brewmaster, Lycan is also a possibility, something like Lycan Death Prophet, Lycan Shadow Shaman Death Prophet. Any of those combinations of course available, plus a countless other combinations, which I really think that it's almost impossible to predict the two heroes coming out. There's just so many strong so-called Imba heroes.
Yep, as in at this point in the meta, although the bans are basically the same each time, probably the 4th and 3rd bans occasionally being swapped out for something else. As in, aside from that, the meta is actually rather diverse in terms of first pick first bans, although I will say that the Viper first pick first ban was interesting, especially since there was a Lycan available and a bunch of other really good heroes, and Viper generally isn't considered a first pick first ban hero. He's good at countering certain heroes, he counters stuff like Brewmaster and destroys certain mids 1 versus 1. But outside of that, he just have a habit of kind of scaling off and not doing very much if he doesn't get off to an amazing start.
Yeah, I kind of tend to agree, although I have seen some teams just prioritizing that hero so heavily, and some teams kind of perform better on it than others. Well, of course, I mean, there's a saying in Estonia at least that days aren't brothers. I don't know if that's an English saying as well. But, I mean, every game of Dota is different. And of course, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's kind of inevitable, even if they're the best team in the world. But Union Gaming, their secondary pick was the Invoker, so this means now that either the Invoker isn't going to be mid lane, or they're just going to use Viper as a tri-lane material hero. But Tengen, of course, well, at least so far, they're all-out push, and I am a little bit surprised that Union Gaming chose to target a Ancient Apparition ban instead of something like a Death Prophet or Nature Prophet even.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit worried that Union Gaming might just give Tengen a pushing lineup and straight out lose the game in the first like 15 minutes. As in, it is always a worry where the death ball pushing lineup in the, if you don't have a lineup that can deal with it, if you don't have that heavy ganking, heavy team fight to orientated counter, it can just roll you over and there's nothing you can do about it simply due to picks. And although the Invokers are okay a shout, especially if you go for a Quaz Wex, the Viper at the moment, if it turns into a team fight 5 versus 5, pushing down all the towers at only, 15 minutes in, the Viper can't really do very much.
Yeah, he definitely cannot. I mean, Viper Strike somebody up is the best choice, but if 5 heroes are just hitting your tower, especially the massive meteors backing them up as well, it will be extremely hard to just go fight for that. Although, them having an Invoker, maybe they have some additional just setup in mind. Although, what could they go for? Tidehunter already banned, Faceless Void as well. Those are the most two common heroes. Tengen, well, banning out the Batrider now. So targeting that offlaner at least. But Union Gaming, they still have possibilities like Clockwork or Centaur for offlaners.
Yeah, Paz, I would say a Clockwork wouldn't be a bad idea against some of these heroes, especially against the Lycan, to be able to lock him down, lock him inside those cogs, and be able to get the pure lockdown that they're going to need to deal with this deal with this 10-gen side right now. As good as Invoker is and Viper is, they don't really do very much against a Lycan, as in he just pops his ultimate and runs away. Unless he can get that EMP tornado off first, drain all his mana, but that's assuming you hit it first, which is never an assumption you can make against a Lycan.
It's definitely going to be hard to lock them down, at least with those two heroes they have at the moment. Maybe they will go for additional lockdown. Actually, Puck offlane is also a possibility for them. Really good with just the Dream Coil. Either the Lycan has to run around within the range of the Dream Coil or just trying to run away, breaking the Dream Coil, taking some extra damage, getting stunned. So I think actually it wouldn't be too bad. Because Puck also provides a decent amount of counter push, I feel like, with the Illusory Orb.
And once again, I do like that pick with the Vengeful Spirit, countering in with the Lycan. They both work together so nicely with that minus armor on the Vengeful Spirit. I think a few bits of stuns and swap isn't bad either on the support.
Yeah, and if the Dire side is going to pick up a Nature Prophet now as the fourth one, I do actually, maybe not expect, but would be wary of a level 1 Roshan if I was Union Gaming. Because like you just mentioned, the minus armor coming out from Vengeful Spirit, it's just so good in multiple ways. And Vengeful Spirit, not only does he help you just take Roshan earlier with the minus armor, he also helps you push with the Vengeance Aura. So overall, a pretty solid pick. But Union Gaming, they go for the Alchemist, and well, I'm inclined to say that it's gonna be a support one, but you never know really.
Yep, and right now, I'm not quite sure what Union Gaming are trying to do with their lineup. We're kind of seeing some good individual heroes, but nothing that really works together. There's no real combo, so to say, so far. They're all just individually good heroes, and on the other hand, we've got Tengen, who've got a very clear strategy, very clear plan forming, with that Tinker coming in for additional push. That's going to be their late game, safety.
Oh, I was hoping not to see a Tinker, because games with Tinkers, of course, Tinker is a really flashy hero, just bursts down people left and right, but sometimes you just see those strong, long games. But then again, Tinker, when he's on the side that actually has the stronger push, then we might see still an early GG, and of course Tinker can TP to the Lycan Wolves as well, which does give Tengen a just extra dimension to their lineup.
But I will say that it's a little bit of a risk, as in I feel that it's not so much a little bit of a risk with the Tinker, so much as they're betting on the Tinker not getting ganked up and shut down in order to be able to have some kind of a late game, because for as good as Lycan is in the late game, if he doesn't have that good start, he doesn't carry that well. As we do see the last few bans coming out, the Nature's Prophet getting banned, and right now it looks like it's going to be a Tinker mid, Lycan Shadow Shaman, Vengeful Spirit on that defensive tri-lane. And that's going to be interesting to see what the last pick for Tengen is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, Union Gaming did really well in just panning out the Nature Prophet, I think. Would have been additional units that Tinker can TP to, extra push, as well as they do need an offlaner at the moment. And I guess still the Clockwork would apply, although does he really want to lock himself in with any of Union Gaming's heroes?
I'd say not quite as much. The Clockwork isn't as great on the side. A Doxy, though, is pretty good. Even more escape, as they're basically taking advantage of the fact that Union Gaming doesn't really have very much lockdown. The Rubik's going to change that a little bit. And there's a few good spells from him to steal if he can get them, though. Because it's not like every spell in this lineup on Tengen's got really good spells for Rubik to steal. As we are going to see these players pick them up, and we're going to be going into game number 1.
Yeah, and actually the Darkseer pickup, it's the second time I see it today. Also in the last game I saw it, there wasn't too much synergy between them. I mean, yes, you can still just pull them back into March of the Machines, for example. But other than that, they really don't have like any heroes that can cleave or any massive AoE. Maybe just getting the Wave of Terror on all the heroes at the same time. But then again, even without external damage. Just the vacuum wall combination in itself can already do a lot. And well, it's up to the dire side now to deal with the bristleback first and foremost, I feel like. But Tinker, he should be able to just provide enough burst damage to bring down the bristleback, at least unless he's like superiorly farmed.
Well, the main thing about the bristleback is I actually feel that TG's lineup can do a very good job of shutting it down, just simply because they've got the Vengeful Spirit. The one thing that bristleback does not like is minus armor, and Vengeful Spirit brings already -5 armor when she levels up all the way up to level 4, starting off at -3. And that basically means that just right off the start, if Bristleback is waving for terrors, he's already down to only 0 armor. Either way though, we are going to be having a pause yet again, hopefully not too long, as we are going to be seeing on the Radiant side, it's going to be Union Gaming. We have Sidder Lane on the Invoker, Angel on the Bristleback, Jericho, spelled with a 3 and a 1, spell your name using numbers, on that Rubik, then Jazz on the Viper, and Zinders on the Alchemist.
And for Tengen, up on the dire side, lots of stand-ins to be seen, at least 4 of them. 2 Nurla playing on the Shadow Shaman, leaving Raya Noob on the Darkseer, Squee on the Tinker, Platinum playing the Vengeful Spirit, and the last one will be Noobs Are Us on the Lycan. So lots of stand-ins, 2 noobs, and what can you expect of them?
Well, I do have to wonder, is this actually stand-in team? I'm not quite sure because of, obviously, it's the American scene on the outside the tier 1 teams a little bit unfamiliar, being in Europe and generally being asleep at this time. But I will say that obviously teams on at this level of play do have a habit of shuffling around a lot, and the team system often can't quite keep up. As I'm wondering, is there a reason why there's 4 stand-ins? Is it just simply their new team, or are they changing around a few players?
I have to say I have no inside information about that. Actually, there are quite a lot of teams at the moment that run with the stand-in tags, although actually being proper members of the team. But now Benjes has reconnected. Hopefully, he's just comfy behind his PC. No
Twitch
more
TV.
lag issues.
Twitch TV chat. Give us information. We know nothing. Help us. You're our only hope.
I bet some of them must know. I mean, probably, or at least most of the time, both teams' fans, of course, are in the chat or watching the game. So hoping for some good inside information there. Just maybe a little bit of drama as well. A little bit of drama never hurts.
Oh my god, one of them's having an affair with the other one.
Well, that would be actually pretty sick drama, considering they're all male.
It reminds me of the crappy dramas you get here in the UK, stuff like EastEnders, where you've got like a murder rate that's amazing. If there's like a murder every week.
What?
I wish I was kidding. It's, you know, British TV is good in some ways, but we also do some really crap stuff.
Well, hopefully you steer clear of that. But looking at the lanes now, Bristleback will be the off lane. Well, can't say it's too surprising at the moment. And the Alchemist will, after all, be a support one as well. Already has a smoke on himself. So together with Rubik, actually, Rubik with the telekinesis should be able to just set up a pretty long channel unstable concoction. Whereas Shadow Shaman and Vengeful Spirit, they have to get a little bit closer to get the initiation, since both of them actually have rather short range on their spells, but once they get in range, the disable is a pretty long one between the Magic Missile and the Shackles.
Yep, and I will say the Bristleback's going to have to be super careful once these two hit level 2. The Vengeful Spirit with the armor, and the additional burst coming out from Shadow Shaman with the Ether Shock. As in, once those two come out, then Bristleback is going to have to, you know, could get taken out pretty easily by this combo.
Yeah, he most certainly could, and well, to be honest, I think the Bristleback as well as the Darkseer, they're gonna most likely have a similar time in the off lanes. Both are up against tri lanes. Both tri lanes have a pretty decent amount of disables as well. So Darkseer has to be careful, especially in the first level. Usually you see Darkseer just skilling up the Ion Shell straight away, trying to push the lane into the tower so it would actually counter push onto your own. But at the moment, well, he's just playing it safe, and wanting to get that level 2, but the telekinesis comes out, the unstable concoction is being channeled, it lands as well, but will it be enough damage? I don't think so, he just surges away. So first initiation, not gonna get anything, but at least burning through some consumables, if nothing else.
And it is going to mean that he can't pick up that Iron Shell as his first skill, meaning that he can't push out that lane fast, he can't get the lane in his favour, and he's going to be having a little bit difficulty getting that second level. That's where the difficulty for Doxia is. Once he gets that second level, things, start to get a-okay.
Yeah, and actually Bristleback, he's leeching some XP as well and just hit that level 2. Of course not getting any last hits, but now gets a Quill Spray as well. But the Shackles come out, he already has 1 point into Bristleback, they need to get in front. Platinum, he gets the Magic Missile, Nubaras coming in, somebody blocking going up, but Quill Sprays actually doing a pretty nice amount of contact damage. There's the Howl, maybe a little bit too late. Oh, if only that Howl had been there like 2 to 3 seconds earlier, gotten that extra damage on 2 to 3 extra right clicks, probably would have been enough, but no first blood coming out and just everyone on TG's side dropped a quarter of an HP.
And that's always the difficulty of killing a Bristleback, especially when he's this tanky only level 1. And just simply that he can turn around and kill you while you're trying to chase him down.
Unstable Concoction being channeled bottom lane. Jericho is there as well. Can he get the telekinesis? He should be. Unstable Concoction first actually. Should make for an easy kill. Sunstrike to help out as well. A few more right clicks. Jericho goes for the telekinesis, and Viper, well, he just came in for that one right click to just steal the first blood.
Kill secured.
Yes, indeed. And well, Carry getting the first blood. Top lane. They're going on Angel once again. Magic Missile does come out. This time around, there's the minus armor. Never mind. No, there's not. My bad. It just felt like it because he was going down so fast, but this time they had a level 2 Howl and they used it straight away. So a 1-for-1. TG maybe feeling a little bit cheated that they didn't get the first blood, but a kill is a kill. And another Shackle goes out, but Magic Missile, they don't have enough mana for it, so this is just going to be harassing Shackles.
Yeah, because in fact Lycan's taking a whole bunch of damage to the face, although we do see that magic wands are on everyone at this point. Well, apart from the...
mid lane Tinker might be in trouble. There's the Unstable Concoction. He was just standing in the high ground. Sunstrike connects as well. He just goes for the March of the Machines. Telekinesis down. Fate Pot is there as well. Cold Snap was already used to Team Ogre. He has to back off Laser into the Alchemist's face, and I do not believe my eyes. The Tinker survived.
That's actually pretty huge right there, as that does actually... that wastes a lot of their time. It's going to give their Doxia a little bit opportunity to get a little bit more experience right now with the lack of pulling or lane maintenance coming out from the sport. So this Doxia is not having a good time, getting all his creeps denied, and just every time he tries to get anywhere near close, there's a poison attack to hit him in the face.
Yeah, it's really hard to actually lane against that. Even in a 1v1 matchup, Darkseer probably would come a little bit below the Viper. Although then again, I guess in a 1v1 he could just go and creep skip and Viper wouldn't really even reach him ever. But at the moment, he's just completely dominating the lane. 20 and 8 compared to Darkseer 0 and 0, but Angel might be in trouble if he just overextends a little bit. Shadow Shaman doesn't want to show himself yet, but Bristleback is staying far enough back, and Shadow Shaman, even with boots, can't really catch up to Bristleback, who also has boots. Actually, they have, well, never mind. I thought like maybe the same movements, but Bristol still has 10 more, man. The Shadow Shaman is just so slow.
Yeah, because we do see Tinker's going to be able to bottle up that. Well, just pick it up. In fact, Tinker doesn't quite have... I think it might be on the courier right now. Yes, there it is. Bottle and boots coming into him. Sadly, wasn't able to bottle it up, but he is going to be able to pick up his items and just get back to farming. And he is actually winning this lane, using that laser to just harass out this Invoker and make him miss his last hits.
Actually, he's going for some sneaky plays at the moment as well. He wants Invoker maybe to go to the dire high ground, then put down March of the Machines, make it so that the Invoker either has to run a long way around or go into the March of the Machines, but nope, just went for coming out of the invis, going for a right click, March of the Machines down, and should be easy farm, although I think it's important to note out that nobody at all is at the moment stacking for the Tinker. Apart from this peak camp, actually, were the supports doing that, or was the Tinker going there himself? Well, I guess he's been stacking for himself, so kudos to him for that.
And I am going to say something that for the Tengen supports, I am noticing that they're not doing a lot. As in, they're kind of like stacking and pulling a little bit in the jungle, but they're not kind of stacking, not ganking, not putting pressure on this very fragile Union Gaming team. They're just kind of there. They're not even stopping Bristleback from getting the experience of farm.
Yeah, it's definitely hard for them at the moment, because that first gank, it just cost them so many consumables. They tried a couple more times, but just couldn't follow up. Both of them need a lot of mana. I mean, Venture Spirit can get one magic missile, but now the turnaround is coming in. The Kiilstofte is doing so much already. The Sunstrike won't even be necessary. Angel gets one kill. They're gonna go for noobs. Haras as well. Lycan, what were you thinking going into them like that? I have no idea why he ran there, just into 3 heroes. Shadow Shaman wasn't even anywhere close, so make it 3 for 1 for Union Gaming.
Yeah, he just kind of ran in and gave up his life, like, have a free carry kill. I'm not quite sure why, but we do see the TP's coming back in, and Shadow Shaman is going to be here. He might be able to get in range. We do see the Alchemist though, wants him 4 kills, trying to come around, only 2.5 seconds left. Is he going to get stood off? Yes, he is! There at the last moment. Shadow Shaman does get out of safety.
Yeah, the Venture Spirit was TPing back in. It was a little bit too scared by Jericho. Now there's the Howl of Terror getting She's going for the TP out. Will he be in time? Magic Missile. No! They don't get it. Oh my god, man. Just so unlucky for them.
Yeah, that Magic Missile not having the greatest range in the world. Although I would have thought she would have been in range of it.
Yeah, I would have thought so as well. I mean, for a second it felt like he cancelled his movement. But then again, maybe it was the start of his Magic Missile animation, but then the TP went away. But at least Shadow Shaman is almost level 5, so in that regard, they just needed level 6 on him to start pushing down towers, get the global goal, and hopefully just snowball. But looking at the Lycan, moves are us. Oh, are they gonna get the kill? Shackles, no, once again. Just Bristleback outrunning them, but what I wanted to ask you, Banshee, is do you think Noobs are us, with those Clouds of Haste, is gonna go for a Hand of Midas now?
Well, I don't know, as he's not upgrading to boots right now, and I'm guessing that'd secure the late game, but it just feels that just getting as fast of a farming items as possibly can. He also picks up a ring of... I don't know.
I mean, I guess the Ring of Region will be put into a Vladimir's offering later along the way. And, I mean, I feel so bad for the Shadow Shaman. He's been trying to catch the Bristleback so many times by now, but just isn't able to catch up. And look at this. 2 sentries placed by the Union Gaming supports now into the enemy jungle. They don't want any stacking to go on, and oh, they're going for Platinum. Platinum, Unstable Concoction being channeled, actually gets out of the AC spray, so no extra damage, but the Sunstrike probably will be enough, and indeed, Sidralin picks himself up that kill, and well, that's his Hand of Midas finish as well. 8 minutes in. Invoker probably gonna start doing extremely well now. And
yeah,
oh, they're gonna go for more noobs are us. Telekinesis up, no shapeshift, Unstable Concoction to follow. A few right clicks, a few quill sprays. Man, those support rotations from Union Gaming, they're just bang on.
But I have to wonder, what exactly was the Lycan doing there? As in, surely he saw that there was a Rubik and a Alchemist in his jungle, in this area of the map. And so why he was standing pretty far forward, I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do there when he knew there was going to gank attempt, and there's going to be another one. This time a tower dive. Nothing he can do right here.
Well, the Sunstruck actually was a little bit off target, but I mean, Shadow Shaman, not the tankiest heroes by any means. Actually just has gone into 2 points into Shackle. Usually you see maxing out Elder Shock, but taking 1 point into Hex, 1 point into Shackle, and then starting to max out Hex. But oh! Tinker comes top lane with a Haste Rune. He gets that easy kill onto the Rubik with just that laser of his. So getting some revenge, and is that his Boots of Travels? Yes it is, so actually pre-10 minutes, actually nice timing for him, but man, he just needs to create so much space for his team now.
And that's one of the issues you do have with the Tinker, is that he doesn't actually create space unless you want to play him as aggressive ganker, which isn't the greatest way to play a Tinker.
Oh, and surging up the Shadow Shaman, they're going for Pages, they get the Shackles as well. Nubaras is there, Shapeshift activated, and is it gonna be enough? Probably. Oh, the TP actually blocked him. Noob, Aras, got stunned for a little while. Telekinesis is there as well. Under the tower, he's dropping low. The Fate Bolt is there. 2 Nurla, pops down the Mass Serpent Wards. Actually, now Jericho, he's the one running away. Ion Chair completely just damaging them over time still. And Centrals, he's completely blocked out. 2 heroes down. Can they get the third? Noobs are us. 2 right click, that's all he needs. Even with the Fate Bolt, reducing his damage. More TP's coming, but too little, too late. Everybody's made it out. And Mass Serpent Wards might even get the tower still. Oh, some baiting going on. Master Machines comes out as well. Laser into Angel. Oh my god, it's dropping so low, 50 HP.
That's some lovely play there coming out from Tengen, and just like that, I feel that with that swing of kills, they've brought back a 3k experience lead. In terms of gold, they've almost brought back the gold lead as well. That's some really nice ganking coming out from Tengen, and possibly a little bit of misplay coming out from Union. Just going in one by one, playing a bit too aggressive and giving up that tower. But either way, that is going to be 6-5.
Yeah, if the Bristleback was the one to TP in first, just start stacking up the quill sprays, might have been a whole different story. But Alchemist came in, went for like a 0.5 second stun because he really didn't have any time to channel it properly since Viper was getting taken down so fast. So nothing really worked out, and Pages, at least he had his mech recipe before he died. So next fight, he will have the mech to maybe just try to turn it around.
So it looks like what Lycan did, he went for power treads plus Vanguard at the same time. You know, the standard boots of hate, gloves of haste into Ring of Regen build.
Yeah, I like that way better. I mean, I was just a little bit skeptical because he had more gold than he needed to finish up the chase before. Maybe his team was like, no, don't go Midas, man, we're getting towers. But Tunero, they're gonna go for Angel. Tinker is TPing in as well to provide the additional damage. Wave of Terror, AC Spirit, tons of minus armor going out. Actually, he's still alive. Nope, finally goes down. Angel Spirit does get the kill, and Tunero, well, they once again drop down pretty damn low since hitting the Bristleback into the back will create additional kill sprays, of course. But man, he's died twice now. Not as tanky as they might hope, but then again, if Union Gaming, if any of their supports would have been there, might have just turned into an ugly fight for TG instead.
Yep, I will say that I'm a little bit worried for Tengen right now with the way these fights are going just on the Bristleback, in the sense of all it's going to take is for this to be a 5 vs 5 situation, and I do feel that Union Gaming are going to have the advantage. Just not so much with the heroes they have, but with the way that they can play.
Yeah, especially earlier on they might, but oh, Jericho might find himself too early. And what do you actually think of his item build on the Shadow Shaman? Going for Tranquil Boots and now building a Soul Ring. Oh, but he's going for the TP out in such a bad position. No, oh my god. I was so sure Rubik is gonna get the stun on him. But nighttime vision for the win.
Yeah, they are going to be able to get out there, but they're probably going to be taking the tier on towers. You do see the Tinker desperately trying to get out there. He's going to TP out. Just being annoying with that Marshal Machines, and it's just so hard to push against the Tinker with that Marshal Machines.
It most certainly is, but yeah, they managed to make Tinker back off for the time being, and well, the tower score is 1-for-1 now, although bot lane taking some harassment. Darkseer and Tinker though together, it's not like they have so much damage to output on the tower. All they have is just creep clear.
Yeah, because we do see that there is going to be a Roche getting picked up, using those wards plus the Lycan equals a dead Roche every time. Not even needing that minus armor from the Vengeful Spirit, and that is going to be lovely gold for the rest of the team, plus that extra life. Now, I will say around about 13 minutes in is roughly when the Aegis is starting to become a little bit useful in terms of there's ways to use it. You're starting to get into the mid game. The 6 minutes of immortality he's going to be able to get is going to help him going into minute 20. And it looks like they're just going to be trying to go for a little bit more farming up in this Lycan in the jungle.
Yeah, that was definitely not a good trade for Union Gaming. Giving away Roche, they did get tier 1, but also the tier 2 bottom lane dropped down to about half HP. And the Darkseer just keeps on going. Does he have his mech finished? Yes he does, just flying out to him. So TG, they're actually really coming into their own. Looking at the graphs again, it is just a measly 600 to 700 gold lead for Union Gaming at the moment. And XP actually 2000 in the favor of TG instead. So they're looking good, but man, I'm still so baffled by the Shadow Shaman's build. He's even going for a Medallion of Courage now. I mean, usually it's Vengeful Spirit going for a Medallion, but I guess Vengeful taking up more of the 5 role still here.
Yeah, but she's just basically picking up wards and doing very little else. And it's, you know, there is an interesting build. Generally, you want to get the boots of Mana and then go into, you know, maybe a 4 staff or just go straight for that Academ Scepter. Or a Blink if you want to go for a little bit more aggressive ganking style. But either way, as in, the items do work. They're not terrible on the Shadow Shaman, just a little bit unorthodox.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying at all that I don't like them. I do love the Medallion of Courage overall as an item. And Tranquil Boots, I mean, just help Shadow Shaman catch up. I mean, this item build may have been the fruit of just his frustration of not catching the Bristleback over and over again.
Yep, as we are going to be seeing both these two teams kind of slowly going towards mid, but interesting enough, even with both these two teams kind of having a pushing ability, both these two middle tier 1 towers are very, very healthy.
Yeah, and actually, Union Gaming, they're getting some push of their own now as well. Necrobook level 1 finished on side Rollins Invoker. So, I guess it might be coming down to just split push wars, but I do think if it's gonna come down to that, TG probably has the upper hand since Tinker, he can just TP from lane to lane and counter push, but oh, Ryanu, is he gonna be in trouble? Invoker comes in as well. Jericho, I think he backed up for too long, or no, he still catches the telekinesis, Chaos Meteor to follow up as well. Ryanu pops his mech though, and March the Machines, of course, he's down as well, so I don't think Union Gaming want to take their chances there.
Well, it looks like they want to go for, at least see if they can pick up something off the end of this. Just chasing up a little bit, probably not going to be able to catch something, but we do have a haste coming here on the Bristleback, going in towards this Doxia. And he's going to try and TP out, still have the damage, the Sunstrike just going to be a little bit too late. That's going to be, yeah, still 66. I'm talking experience. Experience is now in favour of Tengen, although the gold is slightly in favour of Union Gaming. Effectively, they kind of took a very early lead around the 8-minute mark, getting 4k in both marks, and then just, you know, they lost that battle here on the bottom tier 1, and everything kind of switched back into an equal game.
Oh man, Nubaras, he went for a Hand of Midas still, after the Tres Vlads. So
17-minute Midas, that's... I guess if he's got the goal, it is going to be able to pay off eventually, as we do see the wards coming out, doing huge amounts of damage to that tower, and this is going to be a very dead tier 1.
Yeah, it looks like they just needed their core levels, core items as well, to get the actually push rolling as well as make it unstoppable kind of. Union Gaming though, well, tier 1s they're probably willing to let go. For tier 2s I do think they will start mastering up defenses. Actually Alchemist picks up a really early gem. Is it just, of course map control is always nice, but I do believe against Lycan just having the early gem is so good, otherwise the wolves will just be on move command behind you and scout you out all the time.
Yeah, because, you know, gems are always pretty good. It is risky if you end up losing it. It's going to be interesting to see who is the one who's going to be carrying that around with them.
At the moment, Lycan definitely, or not Lycan, what am I saying? Wrong team. Bristleback, probably the tankiest hero, maybe the Invoker even. Well, actually Viper, 1.5k HP, more than halfway through, and oh, unstable concoction mid lane. Trendos actually gets it onto Platinum mode. Will it be enough? Sunstrike is there as well, but he's pretty damn tanky. There's the Shackles onto Angel. Bristleback, maybe not the best target to focus, but they're doing it anyway. Can they get the kill? Magic Wand, oh, the vacuum comes out. Wall on top of that. It's a 2-for-1 so far. Benjas dropping low, actually goes down. Heating missiles helping out there, and now Nubaras, he has the Aegis. Oh, Jericho actually stole the shapeshift. Man, that little wolf looks so cute with those ranged attacks.
Yeah, it's a little baby wolf who can range. Ranged wolf. Dire wolf. But either way, we do see this tier 1 tower did take a whole bunch of damage, and that was a very nice fight coming off TG, and the pushing strategy for TG is now starting to take full hold. They're just simply going, they simply know that they can just keep pushing, keep taking these fights, and they're going to be able to do some nice damage right here. Although we see some kiting by these Invoker creeps.
Yeah, actually, well, Invoker, those were only level 1 Necro units. Now, he has level 2 as well. Darkseer finally picks up himself some arcane modes. He was running so low on mana in the previous fight. And well, I think the biggest thing in this game overall at the moment is just the Tinker being #1 in net worth, and by quite a comfortable lead as well. 2k net worth above anybody on the Radiant side. And well, Vengeance is the highest for them on the Viper. And Tinker, well, with a level 1 Dagon already, might become extremely scary unless Union Gaming start finding answers soon.
Yep, and I do feel that the main issue we had was just simply a case of that fight there on the tier 1 bottom just simply gave TG the opportunity to come back into this game with a very mid-game orientated lineup.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, really early on Union Gaming, they got the lead, but just that one fight bottom lane, where the diving well, the timing worked out, but the 1v1 TPing in just completely fed away almost an entire tri-lane to them. From there on, it really feels like TG, I don't know whether they just regained their composure from that one fight or what, but they definitely got some confidence, and from there on, they've been just making things happen their way.
Yeah, because we do see a small amount of defense coming out. This tier 1 has still been up. And both these two teams kind of backing off once again. The action dying down for a moment. As for a number of items, we do see that Tengen has managed to pick up his Dagon level 2 already. Going for that kill steal action rather than the sheep stick first. Looks like he just wants to go for that, you know, Ether Blade shotgun build, so to say.
Yeah, definitely won't be bad. What? Did I hear a shapeshift? Or was the Rubik? Okay, Rubik shapeshift. And oh, he wants to go in, but Tinker! Oh my god! Blink burst, heat-seeking missiles, blink in, Dagon laser, Rubik down.
Yes, and that's going to be, you know, that's the issue you've got. You've given Tinker a whole bunch of farm. He's currently on 10k gold, the highest farmer by almost 1k, 2k higher than everyone else in the opposite team. And you have a quick look at the gold per minute. Well, he's on 490, not like super amazing. His star wasn't the greatest, but still the highest by quite a bit. And that's all that really matters.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, Leica and detouring for the Midas, so far at least, has paid off. He hasn't died a single time after that, I do believe. Just losing his Aegis, but that's not really a death, is it? So he has that level 1 Necrobook, enough gold for the level 2 as well. So the end of mine is actually not setting him back at all, rather just getting him extra levels, and like 30 minutes into the game it will have paid itself off plenty already. But Benja's now in some trouble. The Wolves counting out, TP's coming in from the Tinker. Oh, poor Viper, blink away, hexed up, magic missile is there, so Shackle to follow probably. And well, he can't make it out.
And that's a very dead Viper. And is that going to be a tier 2 coming out from? They've got, I think they've got the wards up. Yes, they do. They've got all the ultimate. They're going to go. Surely it's going to start pushing with that kill.
Yeah, and there's a Dagon level 3 now. Oh, God, I'm sneezing. Whew.
Yep, he's got that level 3. Building that kill steal.
And well, who do you think he's actually going to target when it's a full-fledged team fight? So far it's been like small skirmishes. I mean, is he just going to focus on blowing up the Rubik immediately so Rubik can't steal anything huge, or just going for the Invoker? But oh, Chaos Meteor comes out, just the Shadow Shaman wants to go for the Shackles. Huge mistake by him. Nubaras gets thrown back into the tower as well. He goes down. Actually a really good fight for Unigaming so far. 2-4-0, and the tower somehow makes it alive as well.
They're going to get the Nioth. Nice move there coming out from Union. Just punishing that overextension, especially with the Lycan not having his ultimate open.
Oh, mid lane, Darkseer. Well, the soundtrack is completely off target, unfortunately for them, but that's 2 denies within a span of like 20 seconds.
And those denies do hurt a lot, considering that it's basically gold you're never going to get back.
Yeah, it certainly is, and well, I guess looking at the craft again, because there's actually a lot of action, tower trading going on. The gold craft is still 2k, about 2k at least, in TG's favor. XP dropping down a little bit, still up to 3k, so their lead is solid enough, I do believe. And actually Invoker now, having finished his Necro level 3, now picks up a Blink Dagger, just to get into position a little bit better. But then again, Darkseer picks up his own as well, so who can get
Blinks
the proper
everywhere.
initiation?
Now, I will also say the chat's still talking about the fact that Lycan picked up a Midas, as it seems to have, you know, it was a little bit interesting, a little bit later than normal, but it is working for him now. His farm is starting to explode, out-farming everyone on the enemy team, not quite keeping up with the Tinker, but then it's a Tinker, as in he farms. That's what a Tinker does.
Actually, when speaking of the Midas, I just started thinking about it a little bit extra as well. And to be honest, when you have a Tinker on your team, he just gets all the farm on the map usually. So other cores find it somewhat hard to just keep up. So the Hand of Midas, if nothing else, allows the Lycan to do that at least.
Yeah, because we do see this, the Lycan. He's got level 2 Necronomicon, obviously going to be going for level 3, and then, well, he's got the most push he's going to get for a bit until he gets some kind of minus armor on him. And that is one of the issues you do have with these pushing lineups. As we do see the initiation coming out, Lycan's going to be able to get away. The stun now is going to hit him. The Sunstrike to follow up, but he's just going to TP out. Probably a mistake right there, as it is going to be trying to escape. Going to go down there to the last zap from Rubik, and well, that's going to be a pretty huge kill there on the Lycan. I feel like if Lycan would have just ran away, he'd have been okay.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you there. Was a really weird decision, but then again, I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't see Rubik there. Maybe he thought the Alchemist Stun was all they had. And of course, I mean, it was a Lycan for an Invoker trade, because Invoker got picked off by the Tinker, I think it was. So, in some sense, space created, because Tinker suddenly has an Aegis, a level 5 Dagon, and that equals death for multiple heroes.
Yeah, that level 5 Dagon, obviously, it does... Have a quick look. 800 magic damage right there. Then throw in the fact he's going to be doing 325 with the heat-seeking missile and 320 with the lasers. And that's, you know, add them all together, it makes a lot. It's a bit late for actual math to be done today.
Yeah, no. Now Lycan, he's actually almost level 16 as well. And actually having the level 3 shapeshift is a huge deal, because the duration compared to the cooldown isn't all too big of a difference. So you can use the shapeshift fairly often and still just have it off cooldown for important parts in the game. So that's looking good for them. Darkseid continues to farm up slowly as well. Although Unigaming's 3 cores, they are farming rather equally as well. Bristleback just keeps on tanking up with the Heaven's Halberd, sitting at 2k HP comfortably. Another 1k gold on him, and the good thing actually is that he doesn't really even need to build magic resistance since TG. Apart from the Tinker, they don't have that much of. So, I mean, Pipe won't be a necessity, but I do believe BKB might be worth the investment.
Yeah, but especially against that late game Tinker, as you know, Tinker's already hit level 16, only 27 minutes in. He's starting to hit that critical mass pointers. He hasn't really been shut down. He's still 4-0 and 3, almost 200 last hits.
That's a sick amount.
Aegis, level 5 Dagon, Boots of Travel, and a Blink Dagger. And it's really the Blink Dagger is where Tinker starts becoming annoying to deal with, just because of how survivable it makes him.
Yeah, it's... Ah, man. I'm not too sure if tank will be enough to just get you through.
Well, for a little bit it will be, but once he starts getting the mana to be able to just keep spamming that rearm, he can effectively do infinite damage.
And for that, would you actually want the Tinker to just go for the D-Blade now, as most Tinkers do, or some Tinkers of course just love to go for Blast Stone as well to get that extra mana pool? Which one would you prefer?
Well, I'd say probably the E-Blade as the better late game item, just because it increases your magic damage just so much. Because obviously it increases the magic damage by around about 40%, which is, you know, if you're doing 800 Dagon Burst, 320 a Laser Burst, and 325 heat-seeking Missile Burst, that is a lot.
It certainly is, and not to mention that if you E-Blade first, all of the previous spells will just completely wreck you apart. I mean, you don't need more than just almost a Dagon itself already to kill off the Rubik, for example. Rubik does have 1 point into null field though, so a small positive for Union Gaming there, but he really needs that to be maxed out to be 20% rather than only that 5.
Yeah, he's going to need that next level coming out from that, because it's just going to hurt him so much, or his team so much. But either then, as in, I will say that probably just focusing the Rubik first would be the best idea for the Tinker. Not only to get rid of that null field passive, but just to simply, you know, he 20% survivability.
Oh, mid lane, Shadow Shaman might be in trouble going for the TP out, but is he gonna get there? Yes, he is. Oh my god. The Viper Strike was used for it as well. And oh, he's taking so low even in the base, but just still gets it out.
Yep, he does manage to get out. Nice stuff there coming off the Shadow Shaman. Now, we do see the Shadow Shaman build slightly going towards more standard Shadow Shaman-y items. He's stopped buying up medallions and soul rings, and now he's going back towards Aghanims.
Yeah, and the Aghanim's upgrade is huge. I mean, on level 2 you get 50 extra damage per Serpent Ward. So if each Serpent Ward right click, it's, well, in theory at least 500 extra damage. So the buildings will just drop so damn fast. And actually TG, their pushing speed at least has slowed down a little bit at the moment. I'm not too sure if Lycan has even popped the Necro level 3 once.
I'm not certain if they have. It's a little bit weird as we're kind of seeing TG going for all these pushing items with the Tinker and the Shadow Shaman and the Lycan getting his Necronomicon. But we're not really seeing them actually push. And I don't know, maybe I'm just, you know, old school Dota 1, but whenever you buy pushing items, you don't even want to do that.
Well, I guess they just don't want to make any mistakes and allow Union Gaming to stage even a small kind of comeback at the moment. So playing it safe, maybe waiting for example the BKB on Noob Saras on the Lycan. Although now Tinker TPing in aggressively, or not. Cancelling TPs instead. I mean, they have the Aegis as well. How long is it actually still gonna be there? For about...
I think about
is it a minute? Yeah.
Yep, it's around about a minute, because obviously it does go down in after 6 minutes worth. And then the Roshan spawns off in 8 minutes plus something else. There's something else being randomly generated. Yep, we're going to reclaim them 30 seconds. We've got to use it or lose it.
Well, I don't think you can actually die before it happens. It would be way too risky.
Just dive, tier 3s. I must use it.
Oh man, is he gonna be man enough to go in? Does he have the timing so correctly down? But the tower most likely will go down. Massive efforts, of course, helping out. Necrobox going down to the March of the Machines. Well, tower destroyed. Easy life. Aghanim Scepter finished on Shadow Shaman. Now next tower will drop even faster.
And Twitch TV chat has turned into balance talk. Awesome.
I need to tell Ice Frog how to do it.
Yep. I think what really needs a buff, like Meepo. Meepo offlane needs to be a thing. Just like buff all his skills completely.
Crystal Maiden needs a buff, man.
Yeah, possibly reversion of her intelligence. You know, make her a little bit smart, take her to some classes. As you know, the intelligence did actually hurt her a lot more than many would expect, especially as all the other sports kind of gained popularity. But regardless, there is no Crystal Maiden in this game. There hasn't been in a competitive game for a while, sadly. Instead, there is a Tinker who is farmed, managed to pick up a Goat Scepter. Looks like he's just going for that straight up Null Blade. And well, doing a whole bunch of damage to get that.
Yeah, he's crazy close to it as well. After this Ancient Thunderhide, he's gonna only need 200 more gold to get the Eagle Song. But oh, the jump onto Toonurla. Well, if the Shadow Shaman doesn't die this time around, yeah, I don't even have to finish that sentence.
And that does take down the Shadow Shaman, gives them an opportunity to go start pushing for a little bit. While it's a 4 versus 5, he is going to be down for the next 40 seconds. So this could be the opportunity for Union Gaming to stop this Tinker from farming.
Alchemist is channeling his stun, blinking, gets the stun onto Noobs Aras, but TPs are already coming in. Vengeful Spirit was sitting around as well, just to swap out the Lycan if really necessary. But Lycan now, with his PKB finished, with the Necro free, I do think TG actually want to fight into this if Union Gaming is coming. Even without the Shadow Shaman, I think they can do it.
Yeah, I will say that the Shadow Shaman's nice, but at the moment the main power is on this Lycan and on the Tinker, and both those are up, and it's going to be very difficult to push into those.
Oh, and Alchemist now might get caught. He blinks into the trees. Will there be any stuns? Nothing. Oh, the vacuum just stops him from going out. And well, Tinker shows off his newly acquired E-Blade. And the Alchemist is just poof.
You're playing the Dota 2 drinking game, take a sip now.
Yeah, and actually, one thing is though that the Alchemist, he has a Blade Mail. So of course running into the Master of the Machines will be good, but if he manages to get the Blade Mail when Tinker is going for what he just did, and Tinker, if he's not careful, might blow himself up like that.
Yeah, he's gonna
the swap onto Angel, beautiful initiation, magic missile to follow up, PKB activated from Noobs Aras, has the Shapeshift coming in now, will actually use it, Mass Serpent was already down, and they're gonna go for Angel still, he's hexed up as well, Shapeshift activated to get the kill, he has Spyback though, he does have to use it as well, but Vengeance, 5% onto Noobs Aras, they have to back off, and Shadow Shaman, he just stayed there to die.
I'm not quite sure, it was a man-up mode moment, but yeah. Not quite sure what he was trying to do right there. As we do see, that is going to be the end of that push. The tier 3 tower taking a whole bunch of damage, but not quite getting the tower down. And it looks like they're going to go for this Roshan. It isn't going to be up yet, though. But it is going to be a very fast Roshan.
Yeah, what is it, like minute, 10, 20 seconds?
I think it's like 10 seconds after the 8-minute mark. And there it is. It is going to be back up. They spot that immediately with that little helpful little invisible.
Yeah, really nice to see that. Doing small things like that actually makes a huge difference by the end of the game, just scouting out constantly and kind of hoping that a Forge Spirit makes its way there as well to just see what's happening, because Union Gaming, I do believe they have to be ready for this. This is going to be the third Roshan as well. They just can't keep it up like nothing.
No, they definitely can't give up that cheese, especially not to a hero something like a Tinker, because as much as an Aghanim Scepter is good at And Cheese would be even better. Basically, instant reset of everything, all his mana and stuff. And mana is real the big issue with the Tinker.
Yeah, and actually looking at the graphs, it is pretty damn close. Gold graph 3,500 in the favor of TG, but XP is just almost completely zeroed out. Only a 200 difference, but look at this Rose dropping with all the minus armor they have. Oh my god.
Yeah, that is going to be minus 9 armor in total. Alchemist is going to get stood off though, and Jeffcom is going to get nuked down, but the rest of all coming in, and the vacuum is perfect. The light is going to work along with the Tinker, and they're all just falling one by one. Swap is also going to be pretty good, separating that team, but the Invoker comes out with a clutch, deafening blast.
Oh, and Ryan just barely gets out of range from Angel. One more Quill Spray would have gotten the kill on Darkseer, but not to be. And actually, I mean, I guess it wasn't that bad for Union Gaming, only losing their own supports there. But of course, Aegis as well as Cheese in the pockets of TG. Didn't have to use either of them, so are we gonna see the first racks fall from this?
Possibly right now, as we do see, it looks like they do want to start pushing. The Shadow Shaman is going to be up in a few moments, but does it really matter if the Shadow Shaman's up at this moment? With this Lycan being so farmed, with the Tinker and his Martian machines, does, you know, this... They can simply go push if they really wanted to, but it looks like they're just going to go back to farming the enemy jungle.
You just take it slow, have everybody reaching up health properly. Of course, Shadow Shaman wants to join the fight properly as well. Poor guy, I think he's been the focus, or maybe has been a little bit out of position as well for a couple of times in a row now. Gotten picked up before anything big actually happened. But that just goes to show how dominant TG is at the moment, getting a fight even without the Shadow Shaman. And oh, E-Blade! Alchemist, well, he tried to activate his ultimate to try to regen through it, but you can't regen through burst. At least not that kind of burst. And oh, the swap onto Angel once again, magic missile to follow up. He's hexed, but then of course minus R, but the nice chaos meter with the deafening blast BKB from Noobs and Russ. Gonna chase down Angel, but everybody else is slowed down. Tuner finally gets his mass weapon force. They are in tower range as well. Gonna go for Necrobooks first. They get the Invoker who has no buyback. Once again, Shadow Shaman goes down. Noobs and Russ will lose his life. The Aegis is there though. Looking at the buybacks, well, Invoker actually just now got it. Either came off cooldown, but or he got gold for it, but Lycan slow down. He's probably gonna lose his life here. Man, it's actually, are they going too deep? Oh, even Angel makes it out, and now Telekinesis onto Squid. Another Ethereal Blade. Lycan, actually not Lycan, the Rubik still, man. Being in that wolf form, confusing me. But oh my god, side rolling. They need what? Oh man, no. Nice deafening blast, pushing the Vengeful back. He wanted to go for the swap in. And now Darkseer's on the run as well. The Sunstrike! Beautiful setup, and Union Gaming, they actually win the fight.
And he's going to be super careful as he just gets nuked down. He TP's back towards the creep. Him stunning himself right there with death sentences. That is... What was that in total? There's a lot of kills and a lot of buybacks coming out right there. But Tinker's not done yet. He's just going to keep being annoying. We do see the Vengeful Spirit is going to pick up that last attack. That is going to be, well, let's say a 2 for 3.
Oh man, Union Gaming, this is a point where you cannot reach when you're up against the Tinker, it feels like. Because Tinker, Union Gaming, they really don't have the jump on him as well. Tinker usually just stays back, waits for the initiation of Union Gaming, or waits for them to use the stun, or at least the Alchemist, since he has the blink jump. And now Tinker, he finds side railing, or rather side railing finds Squeezy. He's slowed down, there's the Necro free, they get Vision, and Tinker hexed up as well. Is he gonna go actually down? Oh, nice swap by Platinum. Squeezy goes for the Ethereal Blade. Maybe just should have focused on running away, but blinks into the trees and should be safe.
That was actually a really nice move right there coming out from the Tinker. Realizing there might be a Sunstrike exactly where it was and blinking to another position. It didn't matter because it was completely wrong either way, but it was a nice thought. As he is going to be able to pick up that Bloodstone, getting that lovely mana. So that's going to be, he's basically going full shotgun, full mana build. With that Ethereal Blade, level 5 Dagon, Soul Ring, Boots of Travel, Blink Dagger, and finally a Bloodstone with 8 lovely charges on it. And he still hasn't died yet. 8 nil and 5, almost 300 last hits.
That's going to be a solid 1,000 gold or so to Union Gaming if they ever get that kill. And oh, well, too fast to cast. Alchemist once again.
Drink.
Just there's the thing, you can't even do anything about it. Maybe pick up a casual cloak. That can help out a little bit.
I think he's just doing so much damage right now that it doesn't matter. As we have kind of hit that point right now where Tinker's just so powerful. He's got all his items, he's 6-slotted, and he's just running around smashing people in the face with Daguns.
Yeah, and actually, Lycan has himself the Assault Cuirass now as well. More minus armor sources. Of course, helps with pushing as well. Mass Serpent Wards also do physical damage. So, I mean, it's a really good pickup overall, and Lycan actually gets a kill with his Necros or what? Oh, Tinker, of course, probably helped out as well. Is he gonna turn it around? Yes, Invoker goes down. Can he get more? He's going for the TP out. Viper Strike is there, but no stuns to stop him. So, 2 kills to TG and Invoker. He doesn't have buyback anymore. Is this TG's opening to get racks? Or melee racks at least?
Looks like it could be, as we do see this possible push coming out onto bottom. The Darkseer are starting off. The Tinker's going to come in and help. He's just blinking around, doing huge amounts of damage on that Martial Machines. And he's just going man up mode, blinking up into where they have no vision. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow him now. I'm gonna keep him in the middle of the screen, just see him all the time blowing people up. Although there's a Shiva's card on the Bristleback now. But little good does it do to you against magic damage.
Little good does it do to against, you know, a fully farmed up Tinker. As in, compared to the other team, he's 8k above. And we do see the initiation comes out once again from Tinker. Doesn't quite get the kill though, but he is going to be able to get this melee rack, so at least the Lycan will.
Just look at the racks went down so fast. Mid lane Shadow Shaman, he's going to fall to Angel, but Angel dropping extremely low himself under the Mass Serpent Ward with the Medallion of Courage, providing extra minus armor. But, well, he does make it out, or does he noob us? Activates Shapeshift? I have no idea why exactly, but
that extra had a lot on it, in fact. 2,750 gold worth of items on that courier getting taken out by the Lycan, and this might be GG coming out very, very soon. We're just seeing that Union Gaming, they're kind of trapped in their base. The GG's come out, and that is going to be game number 1, 42 minutes in.
Yeah, they just, I mean, they had a better late game draft anyway, and Tinker, he just got ahead even earlier. He didn't even really need to get to the late game to actually show dominance. I mean, Gold and XP Craft, they weren't too far apart to be honest, but it's just the heroes that TG had were a little bit better suited to just both team fight and, well, do more or less anything.
Well, I feel it was a case of that Union Gaming, they had a good start, but that team fight on bottom probably lost on the game. It gave Tengen the ability to basically come back and restabilize, and once that happened, you know, they just let Tinker farm up, and if you let Tinker farm up, bad things happen.
Yeah,
or
we just...
good things.
We witnessed it here. 14-0 and 600, I think, really well played overall, and as a team as well, just creating space left and right to get Roshan's, to get towers. But guys, this was only game number 1 in a 2-game series, so Union Gaming, they definitely want to actually come back and tie up the series, because they have already faced 1-2-0 loss against DHG, the house is down. So if they lose here as well, it's not looking bright for their future in this Division 1. But we will see in just a couple of minutes as we jump into game number 2 lobby.